Okay, recapping from the start, I changed the position of the exhaust from there to there, but it does, even though this now fits, this sticks out too much for the side panel to fit properly, which could be an MOT failure. It fits on two of the grommets, but there was always going to be one missing here, I think. That needs thought. Anyway, it's about time, now that it's running, we may as well put the clutch on and then think about addressing these stop wires and the rear light cluster. Okay, well, we attempted to adjust the clutch, still finding it's not engaging when you turn the kick over and it's in gear. With the clutch pulled in, the flywheel here is still turning round, the little sprocket, front sprocket is still turning round. So we've taken off the clutch plate, and this is the adjusting screw. We're just going to slacken off the lock nut, tighten up the adjusting screw, and then tighten it, adjust it again here, see if we can get the clutch to engage properly. Okay, having a look behind the clutch plate cover, actually don't look too bad. However, when we get in here, we can see that the clutch cable and where it's held is possibly a bit bent up. I mean, it's still activating, but it's not very efficient down there. So I'm going to try and straighten it up a bit. Alright. Okay, starting off, we went behind the clutch plate. We undid that locking nut, and we just kept on screwing that in until actually the clutch went on all the time. Now we knew that because we actually fitted the chain just to, you know, it did the trick actually. It freed up the clutch. So then the clutch was on all the time. So then I started to bring that nut, yeah, the adjustment nut out, and eventually we found a decent biting point, tightened it all up, and that all works now. The clutch works really sweetly, except the gear lever. I don't know how it happened, but the nut sheared in half and just broke. So we found another nut to put the gear lever on, but it sometimes slips, and at the moment it's not satisfactory. Also, we put the chain on. Now the damn thing rubs against the swing arm bar. What's going on there? It could be something to do with this jack-up kit, which you can't see in this light. It could be the jack-up kit, but the chain is definitely touching the swing arm bar, even when I sit on it, even when I'm not sitting on it. Also, I think it is time we started to tidy these wires up and put them behind the oil tank. Put some oil in there today, just keeping an eye on the meter with this piece of tape. Still using the plastic bottle. Yeah, we started to progress with the wires. The new control switch has got all the right colour wires on it, and yeah, they actually match up with the wiring diagram. So we're using the wires on and off. Anyway, just in case that didn't come out the first time. Okay, busy with the electrics, pulling in the front brake, stop light, yeah, depressing the rear brake, sometimes it's a bit sticky actually. Also, we've had to rebuild the back brake, so this could be giving us some grief. Well, anyway, so on the whole, that's all right. These fisherman's forceps. These fisherman's forceps are great for holding wires in place while you're about to solder them. Yeah. here's a little video for posterity. These forks, this left-hand fork, it has a sort of space here. There's a sticking out bit, and it actually fits on the guide on this brake hub plate. And that wasn't explained in any manuals. I mean, if it's supposed to be common sense, then, you know, it's one of those things that will either strike you as obvious or not. Anyway, it didn't in this case. Big old Haynes manual gripe is removing the speedo cable. It just says remove the speedo cable, but there's actually a little circlip that you remove, and then you pull the speedo cable out. I mean, that's not in there. It's one of those things you have to look for. I mean, you know, I like things obvious. So this is our newly spliced in power cable to the winker relay, which we're just going to attach here. Just hopefully not wasting too much of my video. Should just squeeze on, and then we're going to run a horn power cable to the pink here, this one, and the other one is for the winker relay, this pink and white one. Okay, just using our new wiring and some things. If we have a look at our new control, we have a step closer to the MOT. Okay, we've put the power into the relay and the power out of the relay, which goes to the switch. Yeah, it goes to the switch, which is here. And from the switch, we go to the green and the brown, which go to the indicators respectively. Now, I haven't got any green wire, so I'm going to have to use blue wire. So the green is going to go to the corresponding connector via a blue wire, because I haven't got any green wire. Okay, with regards to the winkers, we had quite a good day. We've got the indicator here. There's one working there, and as you can see, that's right over there. And then we go to the right indicator. That's nice. And then having a look at the back, oh dear, this one is quite dull actually, so I'm going to have to spend the afternoon in the rain figuring out exactly why it's so dull. Okay, I'm just beginning my fault diagnosis, and looking this one, it's nice and bright, directly powered to the battery, so I know that the two wires, I haven't got to take this to pieces or change the bulb or anything. So now we can move on. So having just tested the wire that goes through the mudguard by bypassing it with this white one, it's coming out low, so I know that I can put this back now, because the fault does not lie in the bulb or the wiring to at least here. So I'm thinking there must be some sort of faulty earth between here and further on. Yeah, closer inspection. I think because we're dealing with this green wire, which I'm having difficulty pointing to, this green wire here is the indicator wire, and it goes into this old control panel part of the loom, which is now redundant. And I've used this yellow wire to now go to the control. So what we've done effectively is have a branch line here which is going nowhere. So I'm going to connect this green wire to the yellow wire, because I can't unsolder my connectors very easily. We'll see if that cures that dull light. And getting down to the original white plastic on part of the fairing here. Trouble is, of course, it's been horribly painted. But the white plastic is the finish we're looking for. Alternatively, of course, here's the tank. Now, I bought these today, which are the tank rubbers. but these, I'm going to have to machine this out to fit over there, over this. It's just got to be machined out a bit. I could have made these out of you know, champagne corks sort of thing, rather than spend a tenner on them, which is how expensive they were. So we've just finished putting on the light. This is all hooked up to the stator, so the light will actually only show when the engine's running, and because I haven't got a gas tank yet, the engine's not going to be running to show the light. I mean, that's what it looks like. It's presentable. It's presentable. That's as far as I can get. Yeah, I've left this idling a bit while I went to get my camera. If we have a look at the light here, put the light on there. Oh, that was a shame. I was just trying to rev it up. Okay. You know. Yeah, so well, the important thing is it's no longer on the choke, yeah? We've got the choke is right up. The idle is pretty lumpy, and it was just leaking some petrol from the overflow. Anyway, I certainly don't like to sit there. We put the lights on. You can just about see that working there. You can't see it at all in this daylight. So. Oh well. Yeah, so it's idling okay off the choke, but every now and again it pisses out a load of petrol. Look, it's all coming out the overflow. The blob of oil there as well, that's a bit disappointing. Coming up to the fuel tank at last. As you can see, made a start taking it down to the bare metal, and this is the old filler. Luckily it's not too deep, that filler, and in fact I don't mind seeing sort of age related dents and bumps, because I mean there's one there, so one or two more aren't going to matter. It looks more original. Anyway, this is all this old blue. I think this is the original blue. In fact, I think the whole bike was originally blue because it had a black frame. Anyway, we'll get on with it. So I just put the tank rubbers on and seated them down there in the grooves. Got them just about matching up with where they're supposed to go, but the seat doesn't quite actually fit. Seems to have to want to come forward a bit, half an inch in it. But the tank fits in the right holes. No, the seat doesn't. But anyway, just give you an idea of what the colours are going to be like. It should be okay. suppose I'll get some decals and some acrylic lacquer, spray them on there. Got a nice dent there. Still, it's character.